what I was speaking to Necro before
that's what they
this.
said, yeah.
That's what Ben thought. Ben reckoned he could win this
I was
group.
trying to put you in a tricky situation, however, that didn't work. And now let's imagine that situation where fabE beats Rift and maybe Rift beats Splice. That could be kind of a one of a kind.
Well, it would be a three-way tie, and that'd be very interesting to actually see happen here. Because obviously it first goes on head-to-head, and then it goes on map. So
and all games have been 2-0 so far in this group.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to know that it's been kind of a sweep every time, even though maps have been very close.
I think if we're going to see one that goes the distance to search and destroy, this is going to be the one.
It could be, yeah. It could well be. I can see it happening, especially with this fabE lineup looking so good onto the hardpoint against that Splice lineup. However, we were talking about the caliber of the players inside the Rift lineup.
Well, yeah, I think you're completely right there, and we were discussing this when we were in that break very quickly. Ryder is in that squad because we got a little bit confused because there was actually someone else out on stage for a minute. And we went, have we been wrong?
Yeah.
Where is Ryder? But no, he's actually in that roster. But there's also Revolt in this lineup. Now, Revolt is a good player. I've seen him a few times. I've definitely cast over him more than once. So this lineup isn't something that's completely out of the blue here. We've got known quantities. We've got players that come back off a little bit of a break, or extended break in the case of Ryder. The only one I don't really know, I believe, is Fragables. Now, it's going to be interesting for me to see, how he fits into this roster, how they actually line up here, because we've seen fabE already at this event, so they're kind of a little bit of a known
We know what to expect.
We do know what to expect. What we don't know to expect is how Rift are going to play. Now, all we have to go on is that they've already beaten one of the teams in this group. This team has already lost twice, though.
Yeah, and Revolt, one thing I want to point out is that I believe I've seen him 2 years ago at EGL, and he placed like top 64. Like, literally, he was like one of the last players of the event.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, but I mean, look how far he's coming. And the Ban and Protect is actually on its way, and very interesting already.
Interesting. It seems like Rift are playing a little bit of a mind game coming in. That Perk 1 greed is actually something you don't see very often, especially not straight off the rip. VMP protected by Kiwi, though, so they're looking to get up close, fast and furious. Semtex from Barca coming in, and it looks like, I'm guessing that you're going to see Rift actually ban both tacticals out. It's very common. There we go. Both tacticals are going to go, and when teams do that, they like to rely on their gun skill. That's us sitting there going, you know what, we believe we can outgun you, come at us. That's what that ban usually signifies.
I agree, and the rapid fire is coming in now. Gunlead has no other choice to ban that high caliber HCXD.
Unless he wants to play with it. Now, I was actually speaking to a few teams earlier on, and Millennium said we were okay with playing with rapid fire. Sorry.
Yeah, it was high caliber.
Yeah, no, sorry, it was rapid fire, I got that the wrong way around. High caliber, neither of them like. But high caliber, if it's in the game, like if you choose to make that choice towards the end of it and go, you know what, let's play with high caliber, it becomes an AR-dominated game because almost really everybody wants to run it. Whether or not they're going to run a HVK when they need the speed, they're still going to run that high caliber AR. So you actually see the entire meta change. You actually see, especially considering that you've got a VMP Protect in here.
Yep.
Now, obviously, with that VMP Protect, it means pretty much that high caliber is going to have to go.
It does.
Because if they're saying, oh, we want to use a submachine gun, then they're not going to be going, oh, we're going to not ban the one thing that will take it into an AR meta.
Especially that the Shiva wasn't banned as well. So if you want to leave that combo Shiva high caliber in the game, then good luck playing SMG.
Yeah, it certainly wouldn't be a lot of fun for them to play against. However, time to get into the draft now. I'm just going to have a quick look at what everybody's picked here, and it looks like it's a mirror matchup. I mean, these are fairly typical of what we do see coming here. No specialists were banned in the ban and protect, and these are some of the most efficient specialists you can pick coming into a hard point here. The only one we haven't seen, which we did actually see earlier, is maybe a purifier or a Tempest. Like
especially on that map.
Yeah, I mean,
purifier is good on that map.
You can kind of use those in various fashions here, but I mean for me, I still would actually prefer the Scythe over both of them here. It's just a great weapon when you need it here. It's simply not only because of its slaying power, but because of kind of the threat it poses on so many areas of this map with the sightlines.
At the same time, I've seen Purifier come in so clutch into the last steals onto this map so many times. Player like Riskin for Vitality mainly used it onto the second hill, very beneficial in those close quarters. But at the same time, I just want to point out from the specialist draft, we can already know that Necrom is going to be rocking that AR. And this is a role that is really suited for him. It was one of those AR players back in the days of the formal Call of Duty titles, was playing extremely well with an AR. So I'm really looking forward to see what he's going to be able to do with it. And at the same time, Ryder going to be using that A-Wave. from the rider that I remember, that I know, that's a really shooty choice for him, and I think he's going to be making great use.
I mean, for me, this is an interesting point to make here when we come into this. Oh, Kiwi is Torres, right?
Yeah, fabE gear Kiwi 94 is Torres, but
I'm sure that won't mess me up at any point. Oh God! All right, I'll have to remember that one. Thanks for that, Jonas. I was wondering why we had 2 Kiwis. Anyway,
it's not good. They cloned him.
He's actually playing on 2 different controllers right now. It's amazing. One of which is being played with his feet.
Well, I could imagine that.
Hey, it wouldn't be the first time.
It is one hell of a kind Kiwi for sure, and we're going to see if he's going to be able to put up the same performances into that first map that he's been putting up against Splice. He's been putting in crazy number, and especially going onto evac. I expect Kiwi to be the player to watch, because Barca, I don't know how well he's going to be able to do with AR.
Well, we're going to find out. I mean, Barca's one of these new players, and funny enough, he's got a lot of attention, right? Barca's got so much attention from the fans and the crowd simply because of the amount of fans he has.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's going to be kind of interesting to see whether or not, you know, I mean, there's been accusations of players like him in the past, and I'm not saying that he's going to do it, of playing for, I want to see Ryder to begin with, of playing for kills or playing for kind of prestige more than anything else. So I'm very curious to see whether or not he does that, as I have, you know, players like him have been accused of that in the past. So let's find out as we get into the first one here, hoping that they are just going to bring that A game, bearing in mind how important this actually is.
And we're on board with Ryder, one of the veterans of Call of Duty, gonna pick up that first kill. However, Necrom is gonna drop him straight away. That first kill, we know, is gonna be extremely scrappy. But if you can get the right spawn and set up with that AR, you could make some serious damage.
He certainly can. It's always very, very scrappy here in the beginning, but down he goes. Kiwi's going to still on the hill. Has been able to hold it down just a little bit. All the points right now going in favor of fabE. Looking for that next one. Kiwi is just ripping them to bits here. 4 streak for him, and now he's got to be sitting there going streaks. Can I stay alive long enough to pick up these rest of these kills? One more kill will do it for Kiwi. Just to start looking at these kills. Not going to be able to do it. Has to pull out of that one.
I like that play. Just staying alive to make sure he's going to keep this streak alive.
Oh, there we
go. A lot
go.
of players would have challenged it straight away off the bat. Only died once on a 6 kill streak. Is going to unlock those goal streak. And can he make the difference?
Boost straight off the ledge is actually going to end up taking him down. But realistically, you've got to be looking at the guys from Rift now, because here comes the rotation. Mancy's going to bring a big work of picking up 2 kills there. Torres and Gunnerly looking to just pick this one up as he gets another one there. Mancy is amazing right now.
Yeah, it certainly is. And right now, Rift is in control of those spawns, so it's going to be up to fabE Barca to try to make the play happen. It's not going to be able to do so, and now it's a really easy situation for Rift. They just have to be cautious. Mancy on a 5 kill streak. Can he make more?
He's going to be looking to now play for streaks as well, and he can really do them, bearing in mind those streaks are still in play. Kiwi did end up picking them up. Have a quick look to see he's still got them. He does. Wasn't able to quite pick up his race, but Ryder now holding this one down. They had a really bad time. Middle hill, but they are making up for it now. Rift coming back in fashion. Should be able to get the lead any second now. Mancy left alone. Looking, just has got reinforcements. Gonna lead though, picking up so many. Even pop the active camo. Mancy managed to stay alive, but here comes the rotation. It will be scrap time in favor of Rift, but it will be rotation in favor of fabE.
Yeah, a lot of players looking towards that rotation. Barca is going to pick up the first kill. Necrom going around the back with the AK-5 is going to be able to pick one, and that's a big gunfight.
No, surely not. What? How on earth? And he's still alive. He's ended up going to go down, but he cracked open this hardpoint for his teammates, and he's actually spawned them out. They're spawning glass. That's horrific. Oh my goodness, how on earth did he make those kills? He's pushed the enemy team so far out. That was huge.
That was a really big play off Necrom. Gonna pick 2 more kills, surely not gonna make this one happen just yet. But Rift is in control. They had a bad start on the first kill, but now look at the score: 64 and 50. Kiwi not gonna be able to make anything else happen.
And looks like Barca's just trying to hold this one down a little bit, trying to push those spawns back out here. They have managed to get back spawns. And yeah, I just putting that out as well. I was thinking about that. Right now, we're on board with Torres. Torres having a little bit of a bad game. 2 and 9 to begin with. And it's not like he's been doing all the objective work. He's actually 3rd on his squad for that as well. However, he is going to go for this rotation. Can he redeem himself here? Going to be looking for this one. No, a little bit of a shaky shot. Not quite able to nail it down. Yeah,
Torres not in the best form right now. This is not the Torres we used to see. That one Dutch player inside that German team and German organization. Again, Rift are going to be in control of this hardpoint. Extremely close right now. Only a few points difference. However, Ryder not going to find Kiwi. Kiwi with 3 kills to his name. Revolt still gonna kill him and keep control for that Rift squad. And it's really annoying for fabE right now because kivE makes 3 kills happen, but no one else is there to
well, just
to
look
trade.
at his kills compared to the rest of the team. He's 20 and 10 right now and has the most objective time of his squad. In he comes again here. Can he try and do something? But no, he's heat waved. kivE though, I think that was actually
Torres.
kivE's heat wave. Oh yeah, it's Torres, sorry.
Yeah, Torres gonna make 2 finally.
Well, they just doubled his kills just by using his heat wave.
Exactly. He's going to find one more, not going to be able to make any more happen. And yeah, like you said, look at kivE. He's always so influential into these hardpoint games. But right now, the other players of fabE need to step up. They need to support
Oh, that
kivE's
was
work.
a great shot by Barca. Pre-fighter there, knew exactly where that player was going to be. Still trying to stay alive here, waiting for his SMGs to give him a little bit more cover. Locking this one down with the M8. Only has 2 bursts available. He's going to go down. Revolt managed to get him there. He goes down as well. Ryder's going to pop his heat wave coming into the hill. Picks up that one as well. It's going to go down, and it's a slugfest straight in the middle of this map.
And Ryder struggling even more than Torres, going 7 and 17 right now. Everything's going wrong, not being able to match the performances of Revolt on your screen right now. Going to be trying to defend that hill, going to pick up a first great kill onto Barca, and Rift built a very, very small lead, about 20 points.
Well, you see, I'll jump on back on board with Ryder here, coming back for this one. And they do have spawns at the moment. It's all advantage them. Can actually see Torres going for a flank kill. I wonder if Revolt's seen it. No.
4 kill
Revolt
streak for
won't see this. He is in a streak as well, so he's going to be waiting to pick up the points from this hill.
But kivE,
That's what he's waiting for. Look at how much they've actually gone for. This could be massive here, these fights going on at the back. Torres is trying to stay alive and make this one, but Ryder ends up shutting him down. That'll be a big kill, but Ryder goes down as well. So many kills actually popping off of the back here.
Revolt didn't pick up the streaks, just got picked up by Torres.
Mancy's actually ended up using his camo. Can he make that second kill? He can't. kivE again will be the man who shuts him down as he picks up a 2-piece. And they've got to be careful now, the guys from Rift, because one player has spawned out, and that's a good use of kinetic armor there from Revolt, because they have to hold and they have to grab control back of this one.
And I'm pretty sure he actually picked up a gunfire with his kinetic against someone using the side, so definitely a really good use, because whoever at that side just wasted it. However,
Torres.
Look at Torres gonna pick up 3 to unlock the hill for the fabE lineup, and look at Rift. They spawn on the other side of the map now. They gotta break into this once again.
Yes,
25 seconds.
I mean, it would have been great if it was time for rotation, but it's literally they have to give it one more push. However, you can already see they know they're not going to get in here. Mancy may give it one more go, but it looks like they're waiting for this rotation now. They had to give up 25 seconds in total simply because of that play from Torres. Mancy not able to get anything turned and burned. It turns out Torres has now caught fire. He is now ready and back in this game.
But Necrom has his site available, and they have spawn control, so fabE are going to have to push towards the front, and it's always a lot harder, but the kills are coming in towards the German.
So fabE's comeback.
Ooh, fabE could well come back into this, Bryce.
A little bit shaky there again from Torres. We can hear a scythe actually ripping out as well.
30 kills for kivE. What is going on with
Look at
this
the rest
guy?
of his team. They're miles behind.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's the same story as what we've seen previously against Splice, and kivE once again gonna pick up more kills, gonna pick up 2. What a monster! 5 kill streak. Is literally playing out of his mind today.
Well, now still on board with kivE. He's on a 5 streak now. Looks for that one. Picks. No, actually gets the assist for here, but looking for Ryder. Ryder tries to get the
Still
hit
gonna pick up that.
How?
Oh, is he not dead?
It was Gunnerly. It was actually Torres, sorry, who ended up picking up that one. But kivE should not have survived there. Heat wave to the face, and it will be fabE who take the lead in this game. However, here comes the rotation. Big Hill's about to go down. Mancy holds one here. Player coming in for the pinch. It is going to be Torres. And if Torres can pinch at the right time, this may be influential.
Yeah, and fabE just eating things up. They were like 40 points down, and now they are in the lead. But Rift answering back with the control of that last hill of the rotation. Necrom into this hardpoint, trying to shoot through the wall. Not going to go through, trying to stay alive, but all the fabE lineup is around, and here comes the pinch.
Necrom staying alive here. You know he wants to get out and push these out a little bit. Prefer the sideline, but also has a VMP to actually hold this one down for. And he's been alive for so long in this hill here, picking up a massive amount of time and just playing his life really, really well.
That was such a smart play out of Necrom. He did every single thing right, staying alive, just trading those kills, making sure he had the support of his teammate. But fabE in control again now. The battle is going inside the hill. Who is it going to go? It's going to be for fabE.
Yeah. And, also has his heat wave
it's
back.
close. It's close once again. End of the second rotation, 181 to 170.
Oh, ends up using that. I'm not entirely certain that was worthwhile.
No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
I think that was a little bit of a kind of a waste of him, being perfectly honest with you. Don't get me wrong, he can kick up a few more. He's actually going to make that one pay. And has managed to pick up a few kills here at the same time. If he gets streaks off it, then I'll agree with it. But I said to take it down for one person on a kill that wasn't that important. I mean, you're rotating the middle hill.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't such an important hill. I would have liked to see him save it for the second hill, which is a lot harder to break into. However, it's working in fabE's favor so far.
Or maybe use it to break this hill again. But right now, obviously, at the moment, you're going to see fabE actually end up winning this at the moment.
And we missed it, but Barca has a lightning strike.
Barca does have a lightning strike. Now, this could come influential, but they've got to get all the way back to P3 for that to really come into this game here. Whether or not that's going to happen, we're going to find out. Ryder gets into this hill now. He goes down. Manchi trying to actually make that one. Has managed to make it. Here comes the rotation, though. And this is where it gets important.
So close.
On board with Revolt, he has to try and make these kills. He's going to call out all these players as much as possible. There is that pinch coming in. It's going to be Torres. It's Torres. Oh, lightning strike coming down to try and get that one. Barca almost ended up killing his teammate. But they have cleaned out this hill, and they've spawned them so far away.
And that was probably the best use.
Yeah, that was huge. I'm surprised they actually got caught out that badly.
Yeah, because if you want to use that lightning strike, you've got to, if you don't use it on the third hill, you've got to use it to break the spawn. It's exactly what he did. And now Torres coming in with the 2-piece on that second hill. fabE still in the lead. They could be closing this one out.
Well, Kiwi's going to come in again here and he's almost about to drop a 40. He does actually end up dropping that 40 bomb as well. That's another 2-piece for him. And it is the lead here for the guys on fabE. Can Rift come back as 3 of them takes the kind of the lightning and thunder to them. Barca now left alone here, trying to contest this one as well. Not able to do it. Another push actually going to come in from fabE as they have to push through this hill. We'll be looking for him. Active Cam actually coming in, and it is going to be Torres who tries to take him down.
And Torres is going to be able to rack up those scrap points, and they're going to be 10 points away from taking this map one. However,
oh my goodness,
Rift's still alive.
Necrom has to stay alive here.
It does.
His teammates are spawning out. He's looking for it. Has picked off one as well. Necrom has to do such big work as well. Not going to be able to do it here. However, look at that. Only one player left into this one. It has to be an almost perfect hold coming in from the guys from Rift. Revolt manages to take down one. He knows there's so many players coming through. Pre-fire through the doorway. It's Torres. Torres pops his heat wave. Still not able to get this one here. Both teams now going to be scrapping for this one. And if you Rift, you've got to hold for everything you've got.
Exactly. And if you are fabE, you've got to play for this contest, which is exactly what the captain of fabE, Gunley, is going to do. Popping up this active camo. The game is so close right now. It's going to go either way. Who's going to clutch this up? fabE making the kills happen.
Riders try to come in a Hail Mary because they are spawning out, and that's going to be game over. There's no way they can break this, surely. Manchi's going to go down. That should be fabE to take the win here in the last few seconds. Side coming out as well. 1 second left. It is still contested. How on earth have they got a body in, and down they go. fabE will take that one 250 to 219. And Rift just kept slipping further and further back, and they couldn't break fabE.
And please, someone nerf Kiwi. He's dropped about 90 kills in 2 hardpoint maps.
45 for 32, but not only that, 2 minutes of time, 11 defense. That makes a difference.
Let me tell you, I think he was 43 and something onto the first map against Splice. He had over 2 minutes into the hardpoint and 13 defense. He's pulled up pretty much the same map, except this time around, he had a better support of his teammate. Barca, for example, able to pick up that lightning strike, which was a huge use into that last rotation.
I want to quickly point out Torres. Like, Torres had a terrible start.
Yeah.
He went 34-32 in the end. So he really started turning up. So actually a massive game for him as well. It just didn't really work out for him. A few times you actually saw Rift being a little bit more lucky, just able to play their lives really effectively and weren't, kind of got that points back there and there. But, I mean, it must have been the fact that fabE started heating up. And they started taking over the slaying game more and more and more.
And I think it was really down to those performances Kiwi was putting up inside the hill.
Yeah.
Because looking at the spawns control, I felt like Necrom was doing a better job than Barca at keeping those. Necrom has been playing extremely well. We've seen him staying alive, trying to win those important gunfights, and Revolt doing his best inside the hill. He's actually done a pretty good game, but it wasn't enough as Ryder had a really big struggle into this first map racing.
I did have a little bit of a struggle here. I mean, you also got to say, I think Torres had a few times, and obviously it's maybe just warming up on this one and kind of getting back into playing a LAN. You got to remember, when was the last time these guys actually ended up playing in an event? And maybe that's where the struggle comes in. Now, Torres actually adapted faster. He had a terrible start, came back a little bit further on. And obviously they did manage to outslay the guys onto Rift. Now,